We've all heard it, right? To build real wealth, you need some huge windfall, a massive salary, a lucky break, whatever. But what if I told you that's just not true? That for most people who actually build financial freedom, it all starts with a number that's, well, kinda laughably small.
Yep, just $100. I know, it doesn't look like much, does it? But this is the real starting point. It's the seed capital for your very first cash flow machine. And today, we're gonna break down exactly how you can build one.
I mean, think about it. For a lot of us, $100 is what we might blow through on a weekend without even blinking. Take out a couple of subscriptions, maybe an impulse buy. But what if you took that exact same $100 and planted it as a seed? A seed for a system that just keeps generating cash on its own. It's really a simple choice, isn't it? A weekend's fun versus the start of a real asset.
Okay, so how do we actually make that shift? It all starts right up here, in your mindset. See, most of us were trained to chase what I call income moments. You know, a paycheck, a freelance gig, it's a one and done deal. But the real goal, the game changer, is to start building income loops.
And what is a cash flow loop? Well, it's not just about spending money to make money one time. No. It's about creating a system, a repeatable circuit. Imagine your money is on this track, constantly circulating, growing a little bigger each time it goes around. And the best part? It becomes less about your time and more about the power of the system you build.
This quote just nails it. The wealthy aren't just asking, how much did I make this week? They're asking, what system did that money help me build? You're not just earning anymore, you're building. Every single dollar you make becomes another little worker, laying bricks for a much more powerful financial engine.
All right, let's get into the nitty-gritty. Our first practical example, the micro reselling loop. And honestly, this is something anyone can start. All you really need is your phone, a bit of curiosity, and yeah, a little bit of discipline.
The process here is almost boringly simple, and that's its superpower. First, you hunt for stuff that's underpriced. Think thrift stores, garage sales. Then, you use your phone to research what it actually sells for online. You clean it up, list it, and then, and this is the absolute key, you reinvest everything, 100%. So that first $100 might turn into, say, $170. Now, your next hunt starts with $170. You're already 70% stronger, and you can feel the loop starting to speed up. But there's a catch. There's this hidden psychological trap with this method, and honestly, it's the #1 reason this whole system fails for most people before it even gets off the ground.
Here it is. This is where it all goes wrong. That first $70 in profit, it feels like free money, right? Like a little bonus. And what do we do with bonus money? We spend it. We buy pizza, we go out. But that breaks the loop. If you can resist that urge and see that profit not as spending money, but as fuel for the system, you protect the loop. You let it compound. That's the whole game.
Okay, on to our second loop. This one shifts gears from physical stuff to something you already have or can get, a practical skill. And look, we're not talking about getting a 4-year degree here, not at all. We're talking about acquiring one specific targeted skill that you know the market is already paying good money for.
So you take your $100 and you invest it. Maybe it's a great online course or a specific software tool for something like, I don't know, designing amazing YouTube thumbnails. Then you start offering that as a simple service to a small group of people. And here's the loop. As you earn, you reinvest that money back into getting better. Better tools, an advanced course, which then lets you raise your prices. It's this beautiful circuit of improvement.
You know, the real secret to this one isn't being a genius. It's just not quitting. Seriously. Most online skills are totally saturated with people who try for 2 weeks and then give up. If you can just stay in your lane for 90 days, just 3 months, you suddenly become rare. And what do we know about rare things? They're always more valuable. And that right there is the silent killer of this loop. It's that voice in your head after week 1 that says, see, it doesn't work, or I'm just not good enough. But the reality is, you just haven't been doing it long enough. You haven't been consistent enough to break through all that noise from the quitters.
All right, let's talk about our third loop. And honestly, this one might be the most powerful of all, the digital asset loop. The goal here is totally different. You're using your $100 to build something once that can be sold over and over and over again.
So you take knowledge you already have, and believe me, you have it, even if you think it's basic, and you package it into something simple and useful. A Notion template, a handy checklist, a short guide, Then you publish it on a platform where people are already looking for solutions. And just like the other loops, you use the income it makes to improve it or drive more traffic to it. The magic is you build it once and it just keeps working for you 24/7.
And this right here shows you the huge, monumental shift in thinking. On one side, you're selling your time. You work 1 hour, you get paid for 1 hour. That's a trap because your time is finite. On the other side, you own an asset. You create it once and it can generate payments forever. This is your very first step into thinking like a real investor.
And that really is the whole point. Even if you create a tiny $5 digital template, what you're really doing is teaching yourself the fundamental skill of an owner. You're learning how to create value that is completely disconnected from your time.
So there you have it. 3 totally different cash flow loops that you can start with just $100. So the only real question left is, which one are you going to build?
This chart kind of sums it all up, right? For micro reselling, the key action is reinvesting, and the mindset you need is discipline. For the skill to service loop, the key is to constantly improve, and the mindset is pure consistency. And for the digital asset, the key action is to create, and the mindset is all about ownership.
You know, some people are going to hear all this and think, yeah, nice ideas, maybe I'll do that later. But a few people will take that same $100 and start building their first real cash flow system today. So that brings us to the final and most important question. Ultimately, it all boils down to the question you ask yourself. The next time you have $100 in your hand, are you going to ask, how fast can I spend this? Or are you going to ask, what loop can this build for me? That one tiny shift in perspective, well, that's where real financial freedom actually begins.